Today we're going to be working in the String Builder series, either on your handout or if you have the book. We are working on page 12, which goes over the notes on your A string, B and C sharp. For basses, these are new notes we have not done yet, but for everyone else, this is just review. It's going to give us more practice reading those notes because they're notes we play a lot. So for my basses, make sure you watch the other video that I posted for you introducing these notes before you do this page. So as a reminder, before we go through, always make sure before you start any exercise, any scale, before you start playing, you always check that you have a straight E, W, P line for violin, viola, E, W, P line for cello and bass. For cello and bass, thumbs on the back of the neck. For violin and viola, thumb is pointing towards the ceiling. Make sure your thumb is never pointing towards the scroll. Okay, and we'll check our bow holds too. We're gonna start with number 48. Now the number may be cut off if you're looking at a handout, but we're starting with A string, add low B and C sharp for bass duet, but we're only gonna play the A line. So this is the first example you see. A line, place your bow on your A string. 1, 2, ready, play. Now, there is a repeat sign at the end of that one, but we're not going to repeat it together. But those two dots at the end are repeat. The other thing to notice in that one, there's a whole note at the end. Do hold that note, last A, for 4 whole beats. Notice the circle without a stem is 4 beats long. Let's now try number 49. And I forgot to mention, we're doing these all arco, meaning with the bow, not pizzicato as they're marked, because we already know how to use our bow. So let's do 49, the A line only, please. This one we will take the repeat, and let's do a retake and reset our bows at the frog before we repeat the second time. Again, starting with open A, check your EWP line and your bow hold. 1, 2, ready, play. We are going to skip number 50, hot cross buns, because you've probably played it hundreds of times already, and I don't think we need to review it any longer, but feel free to play it on your own. We're going to skip to number 51, Das Wiegenlied, and I apologize if I said that wrong, but it does mean lullaby. We learned it means lullaby in German. So same idea, no repeat on this one, but with our bows, so arco, bow on the string. 1, 2, ready, play. Rest, rest. I think 52, 7th Street Stroll is cut off for some of us, so we're going to skip that one, and we're going to skip the D major scale on the top of the next page. So go ahead and scroll, if you're looking at your computer screen, scroll to the next page. And we are going to now look at Country Gardens. Country Gardens is the example that you are going to be recording for this cycle's assignment. So you'll want to spend a little extra time on this one as we play. There is a repeat sign. No need to do a retake, because if you do your bowings all correctly, you'll end up at the frog. Anyway, the last D is an up bow, so we don't need to retake before repeating this one. On the recording, please do take the repeat, okay? So we're gonna start with our first note, which is the note D. Everyone except my basses, this is a ringing tone D. This is your high D. So check and make sure that it's ringing before you start. Okay, bow on the string, 54. 1, 2, ready, play. might have noticed in measure 5, if you play violin or viola, I use my 4th finger for the A. If that's in your repertoire of things you know how to do, please do use a 4th finger there. It's a good spot to do so. All right, moving on to 55, playing right through. Before we do this one, let's do just the last 2 measures. We have something called an arpeggio. We talked about that in class. An arpeggio is similar to a scale, except we skip notes. A D major arpeggio, we play the notes D. We skip E, we play F sharp. We skip G, we play A. Then we play up to D. Then back down. Let's just do those last 2 measures of Autumn Breeze together. Just the last 2 measures first. 1, 2, ready, go. One more time, same thing. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, now let's play the whole thing. The whole thing together from the beginning of Autumn Breeze. 1, 2, ready, and. And the last one we're going to do together is Bamboo Flute. This one is tricky because it has lots of skips. So if you're looking at this one, you'll notice there's not that much or not that many steps. So this one may take a little bit of practice, but it'll be really good to make sure that you feel really confident with those A string notes. Okay, so let's try it together. We'll play it once together and then feel free to practice it as much on your own as you need to. 56. 1, 2, ready, play. For that little flub there at the end. Please practice all of those. They're really good for practicing and reinforcing those A string notes, and then soon we're going to get to start working on some longer pieces of music, which I think will be exciting for all of us. So happy practicing, everyone.